Friends, please subscribe my channel Learn and Study. In this channel you can see BD notes, assignments, activities and question papers and TET syllabus and previous year question papers. Thank you. Hello friends, welcome to my channel Learn and Study. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for more interesting videos. Today topic was techniques and materials for teaching listening. This is a BD first year English methodology. The teaching and listening has attracted a greater level of interest in recent years than it did in the past. University entrance exams, school leaving and other examinations now often include a listening component. Acknowledging the listening skills are core components of second language, and also reflecting the assumptions that if listening is not tested, teachers won't teach it. The views of listening drew on the fields of cognitive psychology, which introduced the notions of bottom up and top down processing, and to the role of prior knowledge and scheme in compensation. Listening came to be seen as an interpretive process. Current views of listening hence emphasize the role of employing strategies to facilitate, monitor, and evaluate his or her listening. The listening materials consist of teaching handbooks, books of teaching objectives, and classroom activities. As a starting point for a school, it may be useful to begin by looking in more detail at the part of leaflets and posters. On the back of the poster, there are some key points. There are also a progression posters which sets out some criteria for assessing progress throughout the primary age range. The listening posters. The poster outlines what children are doing when they are listening, what children need to learn, how children show they are listened and understood. Useful classroom techniques. Here, some of the techniques for teaching listening. They are babble gabble. This technique encourages children to listen carefully to remember the plot and sequence of the event. The teacher starts by telling a story. Afterwards, the children work in pairs. One child retells the story to the other partner as fast as possible, with list including as much detail as possible. After a minute, the listener takes over to and continues the tale. This pattern continues for a few turns. Next technique was barrier games. It focuses on giving and receiving instructions in order to complete a task. They involve careful listening and giving clear, explicit instructions. The listener has to ask questions carefully, clarify understanding, and gain information in order to complete the task. A barrier can be used as a screen to separate the speaker and the listener while the instructions are being given. The next, word tennis. This involves making a story with a partner. Each person says one word or phrase in turn so that they gradually build up a story. The children need to listen carefully for the keywords, main points and events so that the story continues to make sense. Next, draw a story. This involves the children sitting and listening carefully to a story. The teacher pauses at various points during the story and asks the children to draw the relevant parts to the story. At the end, the children are encouraged to retell the story. And the next, telephone conversations. The children are encouraged to sit back to hold a telephone conversation. The content of the conversations can vary, passing information, discussing a problem, or describing an event. The children need to listen carefully because they cannot rely on gestures or facial expressions. Ways to listen. Children need to be given opportunities to listen with a given focus. They could listen to a topic and then work out a questions they would like answer to. They could be provided with heading to help them to listen systematically. They could be encouraged to listen out for the keywords. They could be asked to make a picture and their heads as they listen. In the next, all change. The children need to be made aware that a sentence can mean different things depending on which words are emphasized. The teacher can say a sentence in a monotone, then repeat the sentence using different intonation. The children should be given the opportunity to discuss the impact of the change. So these are some of the techniques which are used for teaching listening. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel.